Hello, Lisa from Eat Play London. Hope you're good. Today's video is going to be on holidaying in my own city for 24 hours. I was a very lucky person and Hotel Saint offered me and a friend a room for the evening for free, nothing in return. They didn't ask me to do a blog, they didn't ask me for anything, they just said your feedback would be great. I thought what I will do is have 24 hours in London and then letting you know the best things that you can do. So here is my blog on 24 hours in London. So the first thing I did was I left early. Check-in time, I think it was 3 o'clock. We were meeting at 2:30 to go and have lunch beforehand to make the most of this day, because that's what I'm like. I try and get my money's worth, even though it was free. So got off at Blackfriars. It's about half an hour from where I live, Blackfriars. Left on the South Bank side. And as you walk up towards the Tate Modern and towards the Wobbly Bridge, which is the Millennium Bridge, when it was first built, they didn't realise it was going to wobble. They had to correct the wobble. That's why Londoners still call it the Wobbly Bridge. Maybe it's just me, but anyway, Wobbly Bridge. And that's the bridge that leads from the Tate side to St Paul's. So you want to head towards that way. Now the first thing, if you are so inclined, is you could stop at the Founder's Arms, which is the pub right on the river. It's one of my absolute faves. You could have a coffee, you could have something stronger, you could have some lunch, but it's a great spot. And what you want to do is you want to walk up, you can pop into the Tate Modern if you like to, if you don't have too much luggage, and then you can cross the bridge. Now that view that you get from the bridge of St Paul's is something else. It's stunning. It's once you're the other side of the bridge, is follow the Thames path on the North Bank. Now the North Bank is an excellent find, if I do say so myself, because it is far quieter than the South Bank and you've still got loads to see. There's pieces of art, there are some historic places, there are still bars and restaurants, but like I said, they're a lot quieter, and the brilliant thing is you can still get a view of everything that's on the South Bank. So you can get an amazing view of the Tate Modern, you get an amazing view of the Globe. Loving the sunshine, loving the city. What you could do is, if you continue, you go past the amazing Tower of London and you can continue to St Katharine's Dock. Or I wanted to get to the hotel relatively quickly. I took a left and I headed to St Dunstan's in the east. I haven't been there for a wee while. And it's the ruins of an old church, but it's completely picturesque and it's very, very popular. You might have seen it on Instagram, very popular. Lots of people just go there for photo shoots. Most people are just sitting trying to eat their lunch whilst these photo shoots happen. But it is well worth a visit because it is really, really beautiful. And then I just carried on walking up through the city. Now you do walk past Sky Garden. You do need to book that particular thing. So you can go and get a free view of London from Sky Garden, which is also very near the hotel, Hotel Saint. But slightly further down, Garden at 120 is completely free as well, and you can be spontaneous. You can just go up. I wouldn't go up with all my luggage, I would come back, but that is an option of something to do. The views are lovely. There's also a restaurant and a cafe up there too. So I met my friend in the reception at Hotel Saint about 2:30, and I walked in. I just thought it's such a calm, beautiful reception. There's fresh flowers, there's like Scandinavian furniture. It's all really gorgeous. The staff was super friendly. They actually allowed us to check in early as well, which was amazing. The hotel has 267 rooms, but to me it felt a lot more intimate than that. It's just been refurbished, so everything's pretty sparkling new, and it's very luxurious. For two girls who are used to staying in travel lodges, we were just like stroking the carpet, stroking the walls. We didn't even have a drink by this point. We must have looked like absolute loonies, but it's a really pretty hotel. We were given a suite room with city views on the 13th floor. Now it is a suite, but it's not a big suite because you are in London here, and these prices at this hotel they're quite affordable. Like I just looked for this week, rooms start from £120 but go up to £300. But on some days you can get rooms for £120, and I tell you what, there's not many places in London you can currently get hotel rooms for 120 quid. The prices in London have gone wackadoodle. Honestly, you used to be able to get, God, when I first moved, £99 on last minute deals. You could get a 5-star hotel for £99. That now is around 400. We had an extra area to sit. We had 2 tellies. We had one telly on the same wall where the sofa was, and then on the other wall where the bed was too. And then you also have a little desk area as well. But everything, like I said, is brand new. And the attention to detail of these rooms, for me, is what makes this place really special. The first thing we noticed when we opened the door was the view that we had. And we actually just spent ages sat in the sunshine just looking out at the view, because we're very lucky. When we arrived, they did bring up a bottle of champagne, and I'm not used to this luxurious treatment, neither is my friend, so we just made the absolute most of it. Because there is so much history, you can see lots of ancient buildings in amongst the newest, most iconic modern London buildings. And I think that's what's really cool about that area, is you can really get in amongst it and feel the history and the modern version of London too. So in the room there was an espresso coffee machine. There was also free Wi-Fi, which is pretty rare in hotels now. There was also 2 tellies, like I said, on the same wall, opposite sides. Very handy. Inside the cupboard there was a dressing gown and slippers in a branded bag, which we loved. And then inside the bathroom, lovely brand new bathroom. Hotel bathrooms always do get me down, but this was a really lovely bathroom. There was a walk-in shower, and then all the toiletries you could possibly need. There was shaving kits, dental kits, sewing kit, there was branded hand wash and hand cream, everything you could need. There was branded bottles of water next to the bed, and it's these little touches for me that really, really make a hotel. There was fresh flowers in the room as well. Obviously, just for research purposes, and after drinking half a bottle of champagne, we went to go and check out the gym. It's a small gym, but there was fresh water and towels, and it's perfect for what you need it for. Wasn't busy when we went there, thank goodness, probably would have got checked out. But in the morning when I went past at 7 a.m, there was lots of people, not lots of people, about 4 people in there working out before their day. Downstairs there is a 24-hour bar and restaurant, so you're a bit jet lagged, so you've just had a few too many shandies, or you just get hungry in the middle of the night. That's great because it's open 24 hours. So after our champagne, we did think we'd better go and eat a little something. We were eating dinner, but we were also going for cocktails on the roof prior to dinner. So we thought better go and eat something. So we grabbed a sandwich, and there's a square just outside the hotel that you can go and sit on, because the hotel itself doesn't have any outdoor areas, but they're right next to this square and it's very green, and there's some very random snail art. Go and check it out. We branded it Snart. It is the stuff of nightmares, but it's very clever. And there's also this really beautiful, beautiful, picturesque old church as well. So something for everyone really there. Now, this area is Whitechapel. And you know what that's famous for? Jack the Ripper. So there are Jack the Ripper tours that you can go on. Obviously that was a long, long time ago. It's a much safer area now, so don't you worry about that. But there are Jack the Ripper tours you can go on, and there's also businesses with names that play on that, like Jack the Chipper. And that just gave me so much joy. There's also Whitechapel Art Gallery as well, if you love a bit of art, and that's completely free to go into. But we headed towards Brick Lane to have a little wander around the vintage shops and go and see some of the street art. So Brick Lane itself is known for the street art, the vintage shops, like I said, and also its curry houses. So as you walk down Brick Lane, all the curry houses will try and entice you in. So I really recommend City Spice as well. They've got a vegan menu too, and it's really delicious food. All this walking made us thirsty. We barely walked, but it was a really, really hot day and we were just very excited to be in the sunshine. So we went for a drink at the Golden Heart pub, which is on the corner of Spitalfields. Now, the Golden Heart is actually where Tracey Emin's got quite a lot of her art. And it's a really gorgeous, proper East London boozer. And like I said, pop inside, there's a brilliant jukebox. There's Tracey Emin Arts, and it's a great pub. And then on from here, there's just Spitalfield Market, just across. You can head there for a little wander around, which is really cool. You've also got the Van Gogh Immersive Museum right next door as well. But we needed to head back for some more cocktails. The Gin Bowlaw is the rooftop bar that is in top of Hotel Saint. You do need to book because it does get very popular with corporate bookings because it's got great views and it's right in the city of London. We had, to start with, a champagne slushie. They're about £16.50 a cocktail. So I would advise maybe just go for one, treat yourself to one, but those views are worth it, and you're on holiday, you just get carried away, don't you? So delightful. So we had the champagne slushy, which was delicious. The sun was setting. We went around 6:30, and it was just a great time to go. Really, really beautiful light, and the sun was out, so it was really stunning. And then we had the Jimbo Law signature cocktail, which is served in a pineapple, which is their logo, and it had many a rum in it, and it tasted very fruity, but it had many a rum in it, and we hadn't eaten much, but it was fabulous. And then it was time for dinner. So they'd actually booked us a restaurant just around the corner in Crispin, which is a modern European restaurant that serves low intervention wine, and it's in its own really cool building in Spitalfields. So very friendly, very cool. It's an intimate space. It's quite relaxed and chilled. The staff are awesome. They're really amazing, really helpful. I'm a vegan, and they actually don't really have a vegan menu, but they're very happy to adapt, and they did adapt it for me. And the food was just fresh and delicious, just what we needed. The Dusty Knuckle bakery bread was so scrummy. I had padron peppers. I had peach in my salad. Blew my mind. They made me a special little dessert as well. Very cool, which is probably what we needed. Then it was back to the hotel. We had another little stroll to look in all the bars and everything that was in the area. But we got back and we finished the rest of the champagne, and we put on our branded gowns and our comfy slippers, and we watched some telly, and I had some decaf coffee because I had work quite early the next morning. That was lovely. I could walk to, but we'd had a little bit to drink by this point, hadn't we? So thought, nice decaf coffee, some water, and a lovely night's sleep. And it really was a lovely night's sleep. Couldn't hear anybody else in the hotel. Had a lovely shower in the morning, had everything I could possibly need. I left. My friend was actually got delivered 2 breakfasts in the end. Actually, it would have been 4 breakfasts. So she had a great morning. And I had a walk to work. I was working in Waterloo, and I thought I should tell you about this walk too, because it was about 40 minutes from Hotel Saint, and I saw so much. And by the time I got to work, I was so in love with everything that I just had the best day, really. So I walked from the hotel up to London Bridge and across London Bridge to see, anything by the water for me is amazing. Went to Borough Market, got in the queue for Monmouth Coffee and got myself a coffee. If you need to go through Borough Market, you need to go and do that. The coffee is well worth it, and it's just something you need to do. And then walked up by the river, past the Golden Hind, past the Tate, just all the way across past the National Theatre. It was a beautiful morning again, up to work in Waterloo. It took about 40 minutes to get to work. It was right by Leek Street tunnels as well, and that's another thing you should go and see if you're going to that area as well. So all in all, just a really wonderful 24 hours holidaying at Hotel Saint. It was very welcoming. We didn't want for anything. There's so much to do in the area, lots to see and do. London by the river as well. You can go and get on a Thames Clipper from Hotel Saint as well. Walk up to St Catherine's Dock, which is beautiful, or Tower Pier, and get a boat. Honestly, there's so much to do and see. All the details are on my full blog below as well. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you have an amazing time in London.